The Academy of Model Aeronautics is very proud of all of our partners and certainly very proud of NASA. We're happy to be the subject matter experts for the RSTEP program on a national basis.
You guys are going down.
The NASA RSTEP program is taking earth science out of the textbook into the field. And with these planes, when you look at something with a satellite, you have a lot of data, but you don't have that fine resolution. The planes allow us the ability, as scientists, students, educators, we now allow these people the ability to do research.
I'm charged ready.
Okay. Once we have that footage we can look at from up above, with the corn still in there, we can tell what areas have a lot less corn growth than others. And what we're going to focus on tomorrow, we're going to focus on this 6 acres.
We're supporting Dwayne Huey's mission and his students, and they're here to look at the land use. The value of remote sensing is to look at land use over time, and how is planting the corn, what effect is that having on Danville soil and water systems. And so the students are out here, they've looked at the satellite data to look from 1970 all the way until today. How has Danville changed over the years in its building of a community and having its cornfield, and what effect is that having? So they're down here to get a better look. They're using NASA's educational RSTEP plane flown by AMA pilots.
I work for a national organization headquartered in Muncie, the AMA, and that's the Academy of Model Aeronautics. Probably hard for you to believe that people make a living flying model airplanes.
We want to take those pink flags and we want to create an area probably about 8 feet triangular up here on top of the hill in the corn, just a few rows in from back here, where it's relatively level, assuming that when it rains, most of the nutrients have stayed there. I think it's extremely important for students to do hands-on science-based activities like what we're doing today. It's one thing to be in the classroom and just hear about it, and a lot of times they go, well, that's not important to me. I can't relate to that, that's not real life. But then when they come out in a situation like this and they actually have a problem and they can see it in front of them and say, wow, if I take this test, I can compare it to this and it might actually solve a real problem that we've got right here on the school property. All right, good morning. We're here this morning to do our mission as part of the project. As we've talked about leading up to this in class, our mission was to analyze current crop production practices and how they may or may not affect the environment that we live in. You know, our original goal was to identify and create a solution to a specific ag-related problem using science-based ground truthing techniques, devices, satellite imaging, and airplane-assisted sensing. Our problem that we're going to look at today, that we're going to try to decide a solution to if we determine there is a problem, are nutrients from our school's farm plot from our 36 acres entering the wetland in the outdoor lab and causing a eutrophic environment.
Transport vehicle and support equipment to flight area.
Check.
Turn on Futaba payload control transmitter. Check.
Got it back in there.
Arming it.
Left into the over the top of the trees there. I personally love when kids get it, when all of a sudden you see that light go off in their head, and in the classroom they're like, well, you know, yeah, I know, and Mr. Yugi always says this is important and this is important, but when you really get out on the site or participate in a partnering project like this and really see when it all comes together and the light goes off in their head, that's what makes it worthwhile.